Hi everybody, it's meteorologist Terry Swails. It's Tuesday, October 29th, only 2 more days to Halloween. Not so bad out there right now. Sun's popped out in our skies, temperatures up in the 50s, kind of belies the fact that we've got a significant storm forming out to the west of us, and yes indeed that is still going to bring some rain to the area in the next 24 to 48 hours. But some things to talk about here as far as the overall development is concerned. First of all, I want to take you on the satellite here because this is important. The actual energy with this storm is way out here in the western United States. But what's clear here is that there's a subtropical jet stream coming up like this, and another one coming out of the Gulf of Mexico like this, and that is spreading a lot of moisture into the middle of the country. So that's the good thing about this storm, is that compared to other ones that we've experienced, this one has plenty of moisture to work with. So with these two jet streams feeding that in here, precipitable water values are really high for this time of year, up to 2 inches of water anticipated with this system down here in the boot heel of Missouri and back into Arkansas, and even up here into eastern Iowa. We're looking at some levels that have exceeded 1.5 inches. And so as far as moisture goes, we've got plenty of that. The dynamics are strong. It's just a matter of getting them all in the right place at the right time. One thing that I do see happening here is that there's going to be at least a couple pieces of significant energy coming out of this trough in the southwestern United States. So there it is. And we're right on the border of the very warm air to the southeast and the cold air to the northwest. So again, that's where your storm track is expected to be. The first wave of energy develops along a warm front, and that comes on through late Wednesday afternoon and evening. That's when I think we should see a decent round of showers and thunderstorms. And then that'll move on by, and I think we're going to get a little bit of a breakdown later on Wednesday night. By Thursday, that's when we actually have the main low pressure moving off to the northeast, heading up into Wisconsin, and then behind that is a cold front, and that stretches back through eastern Iowa during the day. And you can see right in this little region right in here where we've got some showers and heavy thunderstorms developing. Now, there's some discrepancy on the models as to the timing of that front. If it comes through quicker, it'll put most of the heavier precipitation off to the east of us into, say, western Illinois, and then points off to the east. If it's a little bit slower, that keeps it back into eastern Iowa and increases the heavy rain chances in that area. So that's the one thing that's changed a little bit here. Some models pushing that heavy rain band further east, and one of those happens to be the NAM here. If you take a look at that, you can see down in this region here, it's got all this big heavy rain and these thunderstorms just missing southeastern Iowa and west central Illinois. That's kind of about the northern edge of them, and big rains falling in Missouri and central Illinois along the actual front. So some models say yes, some models say no. The Europeans kind of split on that. It has it further to the northwest, but it does kind of rob parts of the east central Iowa and northwestern Illinois on the heavy rain. And then finally you got the GFS here, which is even slower, and it brings that heavier rain much further back into eastern Iowa, up into southern Wisconsin. It still, though, does show the heaviest axis just to the southeast, over southeastern Iowa, maybe up towards Rockford, that general area right in here. So I think one thing's pretty much for sure, the heavier rains are going to occur south and east of the Quad Cities. There could be some spots down that way that get 2 to 3 inches. The rest of eastern Iowa, western Illinois, still looking like they're in line for about 1 inch of rain. And the experts here out of the Weather Prediction Center, well, they're a little more broad brush on this. They have a large swath of significant rains, 1 to 2 inches all over eastern Iowa and Illinois and down through Missouri and all this region right off to the southeast of us. So I do think there's going to be plenty of rain out. It's just a little bit of the fine-tuning aspect now that we're dealing with as far as where the heaviest precipitation is going to go. And one last thing we'll touch on here is Halloween, and it still looks like the front should kick on to the east of the area very late Thursday. And if that's the case, most of the rain should be gone by trick-or-treat time. Could be a little bit of a brief shower or some sprinkles around. The main thing, though, will be windy conditions and cooler temperatures for trick-or-treaters. And that's today's update. Have a good one, and roll weather.